What's going on, everybody? Brendan here, Dad Planet. I know, it's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. We're gonna have to call it Wild Wednesday. Usually I do my vintage t-shirt videos on Tuesday, but I'm a day late and a dollar short, and that's just the way it's been for this entire month. So we're releasing this and we're gonna call it Wild Wednesday, but it's all about t-shirts, vintage t-shirts, used vintage t-shirts that have all sold within the last week or two for huge dollar amounts. So we've got 10 more, and you'll see some interesting trends here that I do not suspect are stimulus money driven. The market has ticked up a little bit from February, and I'll explain that a little bit more as the video carries on. But yes, 10 huge bolos. And all of these shirts were over $200 or very close if they didn't quite meet that threshold. But it just goes to show you that plenty of money to go around for all of us, and I'm hoping we find these in stores. So let's get into the video. All right, so let's start it off with the lovely, talented Cassandra Peterson, otherwise known as Elvira, or at least half of Elvira. Interesting to be sold at the end of March, beginning of April. She does and performs better during the Halloween season, the fourth quarter, that type of market, that type of time and buyer. But this was an awesome find, a 1988 Elvira shirt. I will show you the stamp. It says 1988 Queen Bee Productions, and here is a tag. I've never seen the Great Southern Company tag before from Macon, Georgia. So good old Mistress of the Dark, sold for $425. I think it probably would have sold even quicker if it was listed at $420. Just a guess, just an assumption. Elvira shirts do well, but like I said, you're gonna do better during the October month. But her shirts, you'll get a decent price, $50 here. I don't think this one is related, so we're not going to see a ton of actual Elvira shirts here. Here's one that sold at the end of January for $182. Another one for $31. But if you want to get like that big dollar amount one, it's probably going to do best fall, Halloween, that type of time. So we'll move on to the next one. This is Rusty Wallace Black Magic t-shirt from the 90s. I feel like a little bit of a Halloween-y theme going on with these first two. But this one sold for $499, all over print. I mean, this should be so obvious. I think that's Miller or Miller Lite on the shirt, or on the sleeve. Yeah, Miller, Penske Racing. Really, this should super catch your eye. I mean, I would never miss something like this. But Rusty Wallace, his shirt's doing well as well. But this one in particular looks like it's probably one of the holy grails for him. So same shirt here, sold for $600. Best offer here and a best offer here, and all of these within the last 90 days on just that one shirt. So Black Magic, Rusty Wallace, can't beat it. We'll move on to the next one. American Psycho, it's a bolo for sure. This shirt did not sell for $1,900. It is a long sleeve, and it looks like it's on an all-style tag. Yes, all-style apparel. Better picture of the front graphic, and it sold for $900, but 18 sold in the last 90 days for a really high dollar amount. Here's one that went Canada $450, and then you've got a few that like are kind of falling in the normal price range. Just one here that got a bid for $500. So not all of them, and I guess I didn't sort by new. But here's one for $350. Keep your eye out for like any and all like movie promo shirts, especially the ones from the 90s. It's out of control. What I'm noticing is where the really high ticket t-shirts weren't selling for like in the $900 to $1,000 range. They are now. They've come back, and I don't think that that's stimulus money related. I mean, heaven forbid someone spent all $1,400 on a t-shirt, but it's just it looks like it took a dip in February, and now it's kind of returned like the astronomical amount for t-shirts, even though all of these in this segment are big money. So just keep that in mind. People paying tons of money. And we're on to the next one. This one here puzzles me a little bit because I don't think the bids were authentic, even though this shirt is a bolo. But as you can see, it's Tony Hawk's Underground. It's on a Hanes heavyweight tag with the adult XL 46-48 measurements. So it's vintage for sure, in vintage condition. But the bids here, I'm not buying it. So you had one come in all the way up to 800, and then someone puts in a bid at the, it's not even at the last second here. It's hard to say when this bid was put in. This auto bid came in for $25 higher. I don't know, because if you look on the next tab, It looks like the shirt here similarly got a best offer for $175. Let's see if this is an all-style tag as well. I'm kind of not buying it, but this shirt, you know, pay attention to it and look for it because it is a bolo. So it's hard to say if that one is true vintage. I mean, there's a good chance that it could be, but keep your eye out for the Tony Hawk Underground shirts, even though that one may not have been like a real true $1,500 sale. That shirt is still a bolo. So we'll move on to the next one. Pokemon Charizard, widely regarded as the Holy Grail or one of the Holy Grail characters in the franchise. If you ask me, I think Pokemon right now is probably one of the top 3 most recognizable brands in the world based on their popularity. It is completely out of control. So it's a nice little fade all over print with the fire in the background. See if we can get a picture of the tag. There's the Pokemon tag. Got to catch them all. Monterey Canyon, that is an officially licensed product. Holes never matter. And this shirt got 40 bids up to $610. Pokemon shirts, even along with the cards, amazing, amazing sales. Here's one that is a youth large that got a best offer. This Charizard here was bid up to $100, 85 for another youth XL. Charizard here, 207, best offer 300, so on and so forth. 120 is a great looking shirt right here, Y2K 2000s. Red Pokemon, I probably would have charged a lot more than that, especially the fact that it is brand new. But yes, keep your eye out for all things Pokemon because it still really isn't showing any signs of slowing down. So keep that in mind. We'll move on to the next one. I've never seen, or I've never even heard of this. I thought it was Temple of Doom. You have to leave me, for those of you that are aware of Indiana Jones, what is Temple of the Forbidden Eye? Is this a Disney ride? Is that what this is? Anyway, great looking shirt. And Temple of the Forbidden Eye, HRLA, another tag that I've never seen before. But this one has Disney in it, and it passed all of the checks and sold for, what, $750? I mean, that's an amazing sale. Who knew? I looked up some for Temple of the Forbidden Eye shirts, and they look like they're selling for a high dollar amount here. Best offer on this one, best offer on this one as well. So if you see Indiana Jones Temple of the Forbidden Eye, not just Temple of Doom, which I thought was one of the Indiana Jones. I don't know, it's been a while, and I'm old, so I forget. But anyway, keep your eye out for them. We'll move on to the next one. Here we go again with the Halloween stuff in March. 1991 Bride of Frankenstein movie promo shirt. Great looking shirt on an Oneida tag, and yes, this is a bolo. There is the tag, and let's see if they got a picture of the stamp for us. Yeah, Bride of Frankenstein, 1991 UCS. Shirt looks like it's in fantastic condition, and it is a bolo. Here's another Bride of Frankenstein shirt, vintage, that sold for $87. One here for $55. That was pre-owned. Best offer on this one. And here we go again down here for $141. Boy, that's why we don't do auctions, ladies and gentlemen, on most listings, because here we go. This one sold in January, and this one sold a couple of months later for a much, much higher price. So when you can, avoid the auctions, but list it at buy it now. We'll move on to the next one. Okay, now Prince's estate, you have to be careful because they peruse these marketplaces. Prince's estate is one of the estates that does a decent job of protecting their IP, so be aware of that. Now, this looks to be an authentic shirt that was printed on just a normal anvil tag. I think that says 1990. Let's check the title. Yeah, 1993. Paisley Park Entertainment, under license from Brockham, and it sold for $1,000. Now you'll see this shirt come up a few times here. So here it is again, 31 bids, $809. A dead stock Prince shirt. Again, just be careful. But if you happen to find this one in the stores, I think you're probably going to be okay. $22 on that one. I don't really know what's going on there. Best offer here. $140 Prince in the new power generation from 1991, and then $150 here. If you find Prince, you get make sure that it was an officially licensed product. But you find this one looks to be one of the grails, that yellow one, you are in the money. We will move on to the next one, which is a vintage Razor Ramon shirt, all over print, WWF, and yeah. Take a look at some of this stuff here. World Wrestling Federation before they became World Wrestling Entertainment. And so WWF and WWE, for all intents and purposes, are the same thing. This one doesn't even have the tag, and it's still got 61 bids for $968. This specific style shirt is definitely a bolo. I don't know if I showed the comparables, but there are a few that, again, one of the shirts is absolutely going to stand out, or at least should stand out now that you've seen it when you are shopping in the stores. And that takes us to the last one, which is a Nintendo Virtual Boy. I mean, what an unbelievable score here. Now, the cute thing about this listing is the description. So it got 28 bids and it did sell for $2,350. So he said he's had the shirt for 25 years, wore it 3 times, each with a shirt underneath, and most of the time it's been in a box in his closet, never around smoke. So it's not new, but it's as close as you are going to find. And yeah, I mean, front and back print, which just looks fantastic. That is definitely a vintage Fruit of the Loom tag with the Nintendo embroidery on the side. And yeah, this shirt is a bolo. It doesn't turn up often, but the one that sold before it with quite a bit more fade sold for $1,200. Now, the Virtual Boy was a console that was released like mid-90s, 95. I don't think they ever sold 1 million units of it. So it like was widely regarded by Nintendo as a failure for a console. But if you find one in thrift stores, not just the t-shirt, but if you actually find a Virtual Boy, you're going to get between $200 and $400 for it. So bolo on the shirt and bolo on the actual system. Here's a brand new one that sold for $650. But yeah, in between $200 and $400, they only produced around 20 games for the system before they just cut it off, which is kind of like a disaster since it took around 5 years to produce and develop. So hey, they're not all winners, but anytime you find any of these in thrift stores, you are certainly going to win. That's it. That's all I got for you. All right, all I got for you, but a quick reminder, the Xbox 360 giveaway is still live. You still have a chance to win it. I will link the video in the description. Go to that video, follow through with the rules. I'll get you on the list, and you have a chance to win that. So I appreciate you all watching. And again, make sure you're subscribed if you want a chance to win the Xbox 360. You want to see more t-shirt bolos, or you just like listening to me while you're getting work done. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like button if you like what you saw, and that's all I got for you. Brendan here, Dad Planet. Always appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.